History is about to be rewritten. Next, on the Adventurers Guild. On the continent of Volanta, in the city of Dakar, there is a place where heroes are forged. Where legends are built one story at a time. What you do with this opportunity is in your hands, and the hands of fate. The Adventurers Guild. Hello, and welcome to the Adventurers Guild. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Paul Cosca, and you are watching, since the internet's now working, a weekly live-streamed D&D anthology show. This is our third episode of this current mission, but don't worry if you haven't seen them all. I'm going to catch you up on everything you need to know in just a minute. And as a reminder, tonight we're going to be giving away some dice to someone who is watching out there. So I'm showing the beautiful people at home these beautiful dice that come from my workshop, which I'm going to give away at some point tonight. So stay tuned, keep in the chat. We'll catch up with that later. And for now, let's catch up with our players. Hello, players.
Hello.
I want to mark really quickly. This is our 40th episode.
Whoa!
That is wild. We have made it to 40 episodes.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm throwing in the towel, yeah.
Yeah, and this is it. This is the end. We're not even going to have the episode. It's just done.
Yeah, goodbye.
Yeah,
Have
40.
a great night, everybody.
I was only paid by the government for 40 episodes, and now that this technically counts, we're done. No, we've got at least 3 more. At least, that could be any number. At least is a very broad generalization, really can mean anything. With that said, thank you for being here for our 40th episode. Lovely players. We are currently missing Chase, who plays Eteria. Hopefully Chase will be joining us a little bit later in the broadcast.
Yeah.
Work comes up, especially when you live on the other side of the globe.
Yeah, it's Monday midday where we are. So
Oh, wow.
That is
Things
witchcraft.
happen.
I don't want to hear it.
Weird.
I don't believe in time
this
zones.
is the place for witchcraft.
That's time zones or a conspiracy theory.
For sure.
So I don't want to hear about it. But we'll hopefully Chase will come in pretty soon. Let's.
Earth is flat. Everything is the same time.
Yeah, the sun is a projection. We're surrounded by ice on all sides.
Trapezoid.
Well, it's a flat trapezoid. It's just
I understand.
all of the things, and Mothman is the one who runs it all.
Got it.
With those truths uncovered, let's go ahead and get into the recap. The music's a little loud. The party has been dispatched to the town of Omfell, a beautiful, rather idyllic little village on the edge of Lake Salaril. They are here to assist the town's otherworldly guardian, a brash, no-nonsense woman named Amelia. She has a huge machine she's been working on, and says that it helps her fly in the air. It's almost ready to fly again, but before that happens, she needs to collect a piece she calls an instrument panel, which she believes was taken by a group on the other side of the lake. This group lives in an abandoned mine, and seems to worship pieces of technology. So as we begin, we are just a little bit outside of the mine, and far enough away to where you have like a little vantage point in the trees. You can do a little bit of planning, figure out what you'd like to how your approach wants to be. Everybody's there, including Amelia, and Amelia has already expressed her interest in cracking skulls. but she's been talked out of that. It's about mid-morning. It's about 11 a.m. And Amelia's... All right, so we... negotiating? Is that sneaking in? Tell me what you want to do, because I know what I want to do, but...
Well, Ginnett and I think we'll go in together. I believe that's what we talked about with Ginnett pretending to be interested in joining this group. And then I will cast Locate Object on your instrument panel, and hopefully we'll be able to find it.
Yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully so. Okay. So what do the rest of us do? We just wait?
I mean, what else do you want to do besides murdering people?
I think perhaps we should not be too far away. In case things go south, it might be wise if we were a stone's throw, as it were.
Sure.
Oh,
Fist
I've
throw
got
would be better.
I've got a thing for this, and she'll replace one of her. Boy, she needs like all these things. I guess she'll replace this. She can use a torch. So she hands Willow. She hands you a stone, which looks just like a nice rock.
Oh, this is lovely. Thank you.
Yeah, it's jeez, it's more than a rock. Okay, it's this is a sending stone, so you can speak into it, and I can hear you.
Hello.
I mean, it helped. Like I can hear you right now with like my ears. Okay. Does Atire want to hold the rock, or and it's fine. It's fine. Just if you need me to hear something, you can just talk into the stone. I mean, just think really hard at me, and I'll get it. Okay.
Okay. Are there limits to like how often? Or
Just
how
once.
many-
Just once. It's if you get into danger, right? If you need help.
Okay.
I feel like I'm not explaining this very well.
It's a magic rock that allows you to read my thoughts.
Sure. You know what? If you get in trouble, just think really hard at the stone.
Okay.
And I'll be able to hear that.
I can do that.
She's gonna roll an insight check. She looks at you very hard.
What?
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Okay. +0. A 19.
Hey!
You see her,
Alright,
you see
alright.
her jaw kind of relax just a little bit. It's like, all right. I'm sorry. I'm tense. I'm tense. This is important.
Oh, we'll get you your instrument panel back.
Okay.
And if this plan doesn't work, then we can absolutely smash some heads in.
I would, I honestly would feel really good about that.
And I really appreciate you being willing to try something new.
I mean, it's not like I've smashed that many skulls in my life. It's not a thing that comes up very often.
Oh.
When
You
it
need
comes up very often.
Be happy to help in that. Yeah.
Bodra, you're with me on this, right? It happens all the time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We need to smash skulls, almost every day.
Listen, you
In
saw
my
the
experience,
village. You saw Omfell. You saw how fucking peaceful that place is. If I wanted to smash skulls, I couldn't.
How does the place have so few problems? I don't understand.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. That's going to be a 15.
Amelia smirks a little bit, and she says, there's... How do I describe this? Lightning traps all over the place. So if there are people that we don't want to be around the town, they're electrocuted to death.
How will they learn how to defend themselves?
Well, I mean, not everybody can defend themselves, right? If a group of bandits comes in and wants to take over a town, and they got a good shot at it. But, if they die...
You make these lightning traps?
Yeah.
How often do you have to use them?
Oh, it doesn't come up that often. Maybe once a month or so.
That's fairly often.
Well, you're all adventurers. So when was the last time you had to put down a pack of thieves or something?
2 days ago?
2 days ago.
But I also cannot overstate how much this is my first adventure. I've
Well, listen, stuff comes up. You get thieves, you get gnolls, you get we had a pack of owl bears come through. You can't be too careful.
Owl bears are lovely creatures, though.
I mean,
Boulder's mouth starts watering a little bit at the prospect of like taking on an owlbear.
I know
What
what
if-
next
what-
week's gonna be.
What if I just hung out if you showed me where the lightning traps were, and if I say, I wasn't able to, and we'll talk about that. We can talk about
later.
that.
We'll talk later. Yeah, but between that and Jalola's gun, we do our best to keep the town safe.
Guns, right. Ginnett, I imagine, would be stroking hers
Yeah.
at her hip.
And very excited
I-
about the prospect of a gun. And so I am not a keen negotiator. I came to this world and I was given these powers which allow me to make things. Many of those things are to, hit others with. So I'm kind of leaning into that.
That is a kind of negotiation.
I agree so much with that. That speaks to me. If we're gonna sneak in, we should just do this because I'm getting a little.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will
All
think
right.
really hard at the rock if things go wrong.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Will
Ginnett.
not be far behind.
Ginnett, I imagine. And I'll get the lay of the land as to what kind of contraptions this group is so interested in. If they're warlike, or if they're just for the interest of the art of the tinker. I'll distract them with my interest while Willow, you can find it, and then you can get to me once you're done, or if we need help, can you listen for any commotion on my end, perhaps, and
Sure.
call the group.
Absolutely.
Great.
Ginnett, you have that
The postcard.
postcard print. You have the print of.
Aye. This will be my ticket, as it were, to show my interest. Hey.
Ordering chip if need be.
Aye. Perhaps I can convince them that they can find something like this if they venture out. Maybe I can draw a few out for you to punch some heads with. It's an idea. Anyway,
Separate them. It's not a bad
Hey,
idea.
all ideas are good ideas. We're especially productive. Things that get me my stuff back and maybe crack some heads.
Of course.
Linda and I will start walking over. And I think it's going to be fun.
So everybody go ahead and make a perception check as we're kind of crouched here in the bushes looking out onto this this opening to the mine.
23.
23 for Willow.
9.
9 for Miliana.
So Ginnett got a 19. Boldra got a 3.
Okay.
I love our tanks.
Yeah. So Willow, everyone else is kind of like tuned up, keyed in, like ready to go. Willow, you relax for a minute and watch. And you can see from here what looks to be something strung across the door. Like you're looking at the mine. There is kind of a cave-like entrance, but in built into that is kind of a wood frame wall and a door in the middle of that wall, and you can see like something strung across that door. Looks to be some kind of, maybe it's an alarm, maybe it's a trap. You're not sure, but you can see something. It's not just an unobstructed door.
Is there a way to walk up to the door without triggering that?
Yeah, it looks like it's just on the door itself or across the door frame. And you're a good 30 feet away at this point, observing it, but it gives you a clue that there might be something there worth seeing.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that we weren't trying to just sneak in, because there does appear to be, like, an alarm on the door. So, if you see like the string, it will like rattle together and make noise and let people know that someone's here.
It's a simple machine, but I can see how that would work, yes.
Yeah. So.
I don't trust it, Amelia says.
You don't trust it in what way?
I don't know. I don't trust it. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe it's explosive. I don't know. I don't trust it.
Would you not put an alarm on your door if you could?
Well, I would, but I probably also put, like a terrible killer trap.
Well, perhaps I could do some tinkering to disarm it.
Yeah, I'll
Wouldn't alert them.
I'll let you do your business. I'm gonna. She shifts her wrench to her other hand and just kind of waits.
Yeah. So I guess this would be a sleight of hand for.
Yeah. Do Willow and Atire, are you both going up to the door?
Yeah. I
Okay.
think let's get a closer look at this thing before we try and mess with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you approach. There's kind of a no man's land of no cover between this overgrowth spot and the door itself. So you kind of have to be out in the open for this, but you don't spot anybody.
Walking very confidently, like we're supposed to be here. That's the trick.
Yeah. And
also foaming at the mouth because she's so excited just to get into this place to see what the heck is going on.
You take a look at the door and you do see like what looks like a thin metal wire that's run across the door, kind of just above chest height for a human on the door. And you don't see where it terminates, kind of tucks in beyond the door frame. Both of you go ahead and make an investigation check.
17.
17. Okay. Yeah, Atire is having trouble making heads or tails of what she's looking at. Willow, you take a look and you see that it's not especially taut. Like there's some slack in it. You don't know what it connects to. You kind of give it an inspection without really tugging on it, and because it tucks in behind the door, you're just really not sure.
Gannett, I think maybe let's just announce ourselves instead of trying to mess with it, just in case it's connected to something back there.
That's.
We don't want to knock as well, just in case.
You never know.
Yeah. Okay. Hello?
Hello?
You call out, and you do not get an answer.
I hear this is the place to be for those who are of the tinkering mindset.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Can I guidance?
Sure.
So add a d4.
Zero. That's an 11.
Okay. One of the wooden slats in the door, like, folds down a little bit from behind, and you just see, like, eyes peek out through the slats and say, "Who are ye?"
Those who've come to worship with you. Holding up the, again, it will hold up the postcard and say, anything like this, we can't get enough of. The two of us, me especially. My companion is really more new at it, but I really can't wait to see what you have going on in there. To perhaps join in your. I want to be an acolyte. I want to be an acolyte.
What be your names?
Gadget.
I'm Willow.
Okay. Eterie, go ahead and make for me a deception check.
That's a 10. Sorry, just a sec.
Okay.
The actual Guinan has arrived.
Hey!
Hey! Okay. The eyes, like, peer out suspiciously. And they shift over to be very obviously looking at you, Willow. You, why have you come?
Oh, because I'm interested in learning
Learning what?
about you and the things that you do here.
And how did you hear of me and the things I do here?
People talk, and I was asking about if anybody knew of a place to learn about innovation and experimentation, and people think you're really neat.
Go ahead and roll a deception check, Willow.
$11.
And how do you two know each other?
I bumped into her on the way over here, and we got to talking.
Travel companions, really. We've only known each other for a couple of days.
That's
Eterie, go ahead and roll a deception check at disadvantage.
I mean, it's kind of true. They're travel companions. They've only known each other for a couple of days.
That's a solid 8.
Not the worst.
We may be fighting earlier than I thought.
Fine with me.
What do you think is in here? What draws ye?
I hold up the postcard again and like, more of this.
There's something that don't smell right about here. But my instincts have been wrong before. Bring me something like that. Bring it to me. And then I'll let you in here.
All right.
And the flap
Sure.
closes.
Oh,
Do you have anything like that on your person, or should we ask Amelia?
I mean, I've got this fine pocket watch.
Both of you make a perception check real quick.
There it is.
Get ambushed.
It's a 23.
24.
When you say the name, Amelia, you hear from the other side of the door just a sharp intake of breath, like a...
I'm gonna start pulling it backwards.
Okay, all right. Where are we going? Where are we going?
I think I fucked up.
Willow! Such language!
So, how did it go? You did not use the stones. Are you in? Do you know where the object is?
We need like something technological to offer as like an offering.
Look, it's
Don't look at me.
I'm looking pointedly at Amelia.
Amelia has her arms crossed, like leaning against a tree. And she says, you want me to give you something to give to them, the people who already stole the thing that I need.
No, not that when you put it like that.
we can get it back.
We could.
After we kill them? Is that like what? How are we supposed to get it back?
We just snag it on the way out.
I could make a persuasion check.
Oh, besties, an 11.
Let me
I'm
see.
not very charismatic.
Maybe you could offer to do a guest lecture or something.
I don't think they like her very much.
Oh.
What gives you that impression?
Oh, just like a vibe.
Amelia.
Hmm.
You got in here once before, yes?
No, I observed it from afar.
Ah, of course.
Yeah,
Forgive me. I misunderstood.
that's all right.
It doesn't have to be anything of any real value if it just looks expansive. And we'll try the watch first. But if they don't like the watch, then we may need something else.
Let me roll a die and see what she has. She sighs and reaches into her bag, and she pulls out this. It looks to be like a writing instrument. Like it looks like it's shaped like a pencil, but it has a little button on the back that goes click, and a little protruding implement comes out the front. She clicks it again and it disappears.
What is
A
that?
weapon.
Just show it to him. I'm not giving anything else. I'm not giving anything else. If they
What
don't
is
take
that?
this, I'm going to bust down their fucking door.
Well, can you give us a name?
It's called a pen.
Like a quill?
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Curious.
Well,
They take that or
Try
they
the
don't.
watch?
If they don't take it, I'm going to catapult their fucking door open.
okay. We will try the watch and then the pen, and then we will talk about catapulting.
I have it prepared. I have it ready. I will catapult that motherfucker open.
I believe
Ah, that's magic catapult. I understand.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
you. Okay.
My mind.
Or I'll build a real one. You know what? I am determined.
That is what I thought you meant. You seem like the kind of person who would have a ready-made catapult.
I mean, I don't, but I've got
I mean,
the know-how.
my name is Boldra. Just launch me.
Okay. Get it. Let's go back.
Let's go. Quick.
The three of us start planning how we're gonna bash down the door. And...
Yes!
All right, so you head back up to the door.
Yep.
Hello.
The flap immediately comes down.
Hi.
So how about this? And I hold up the pocket watch and flip open the back panel so you can see the mechanisms inside. Oh.
I ace a watch. I have watches.
Yep. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Nothing fantastical but a watch.
Okay. You had something that you wanted to show the bit?
Above game. Do I have the pen?
You have the pen.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes. This. I click it.
Where did you get that?
Why should I tell you?
Because you want in here. Don't be acting like you have any of the cards.
I have no cards. You're right. I found it on the ground. But it looks cool.
Roll a deception check at disadvantage.
Okay, Paul, you're really...
All these charisma checks.
A 15. I rolled an 18 and a 15.
What?
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. You found it on the ground
Yeah, but
in the last minute.
Oh, no, before. I was just looking through my bag.
Roll a deception check at advantage.
My word. These are just flat rolls, y'all. 14.
The flap closes.
Oh.
And you hear something working on the other side of the door. Like some metal clanging, maybe like a chain that's difficult to discern exactly. But the door opens just a little bit. Show it to me again. You may come in, but I don't trust you yet.
Okay.
He opens the door slowly.
After you.
What is your name?
My name's Elwyn.
Elwyn. It's lovely to meet you. Thank you for inviting us in.
Come in.
Walk in.
So you walk in, and he shuts the door as soon as you're in. And you finally get a good look at Elwyn. Elwyn, his features are difficult to discern. He looks to be about the height of a dwarf. He wears kind of a mishmash of clothing. He has maybe a scarf or some piece of fabric that's like wrapped around the lower part of his face. He wears a very strange looking helmet on top that has like a metal face covering as well, just like little metal pieces that go across his face. He carries all kinds of very strange implements. There is some kind of like farming equipment, like farm tool on his back. A strange looking glove on one hand. And in the other hand, he holds this... It's like a stick with like a rubber cup on the end of it. And just the whole ensemble is quite confusing to look at. He looks at you all, looks at you both very seriously as he turns his back just enough to redo what looks to be an elaborate lock on the other side of the door, and re-rigs another clip with a metal hook. And you can see that this hook is connected to this very large metal object, which is kind of suspended across the way from the door. So it looks to be like some kind of trap that could release this object and have it swinging down. He says, "All right, you're in, but there's something that stinks about you."
I'm sorry. I don't bathe regularly.
Willow's only does the natural deodorants.
Yeah.
The ones that
like
don't
like the
work
tie
very well.
stick.
He says, "You said a name. I heard it. What was that name he said?
Amy?
Make a deception check at disadvantage.
Just let me gaslight your NPC, Paul.
You're in there as well. Or did he close the door in my face?
No, you're both in.
A
Okay.
12.
A 12, you said?
Yeah.
Flat roll, disadvantage, not bad.
Yeah, 18 and 12. My dice, they like me.
He squints. He says, all right. And he...
Can I insight check him?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
He insight checks you, you insight check him.
Yeah, you know.
Just goes round and round.
7.
You know, he seems pretty cool.
I just said my dice like me, and then they rolled a 3. So, you know.
He seems like he's like... Everything's chill.
Chill vibes.
Here in the entrance of the mine, it's kind of a vestibule area. You can see it's a dirt floor, dirt walls with like wooden support beams and support beams across the top. It looks like, you know, a mine. There are some torch sconces on the walls. Only some of them are lit. Some of them are not. And you can see that there are quite a few shelves all around the place, like installed shelves into the walls. And on these shelves are all manner of just very strange objects. Almost all of them are metal, but not all of them. Some of them are different kinds of material. Frankly, you have no frame of reference for what any of these things are. All of them look man-made. None of them look natural. You just have no idea what you're looking at. He says, here we gather to worship the objects given to us.
Where did you get all this?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
No, that's a 3.
This guy does not like us very much.
That's sacred knowledge, only known to those the highest echelons.
That seems fair.
Found it.
He points his wooden and rubber object towards down the hall. He says, go that way.
Alright, let's go.
You two begin.
Can I,
Yeah.
while like we're walking, cast locate object so that I have it up?
Yes. Let me look at the particulars of this spell. Make sure.
Boldra.
I don't know if they heard you.
Boldra.
Aye.
They're, what happens if they call for us? If they're deep in this compound and... I worry that we may not be able to get to them in time. Is there... Amelia, do you know of any other entrances? Any...
No, I mean, I figure we kick down the door and kill anything that gets in the way, right?
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah.
Well, mines usually only have one entrance, but every once in a while there are, offshoots. Could do a little bit of scouting in the meantime, not too far off, but...
I mean, I figure we give them, what, like 5 minutes? Just enough time to see it, and then we just start, blasting? Is that,
Five
No?
might not be enough time. Negotiating sometimes can take a week of diplomacy and yada yada, and but no, we're not going to take that long. We're not going to take that long.
A week. You said a week.
Okay, I said that with my experience. It's not my favorite thing. Maybe it felt like a week and it was like a couple hours.
I'm talking like half an hour. Like I want to be like way far away by the time night falls. Like I
Okay, all right. Well, then let's give him 10 minutes.
10, you know, that sounds fair. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
Just
Love her so much.
it's best.
Okay, so now that I've got that spell pulled up, Willow, you cast Locate Object,
Yes.
which can be up for 10 minutes as long as you concentrate.
Yes.
Now, you've not seen it up close, so you don't get to know the specific object, but the spell can locate the nearest object of a particular kind.
Yes, and I'm specifically looking for the nearest instrument panel.
Instrument panel. Okay. All right. You bring it up, and as you bring it up, nothing pings.
Okay.
You don't get any sense of anywhere within 1,000 feet. As long as there's no lead in between you and it. Lead is like incredible in D&D. Lead can just block anything.
Yeah.
Make yourself a lead box, and nobody's gonna find
No
that shit.
divination magic, none.
It's not getting through.
Just like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll keep concentrating on it for the next.
it means
10 minutes.
magic is X-rays. That little dentist apron prevents you.
Yeah.
That's the safest
Makes you,
thing.
makes you scry proof.
Yeah.
It's like a
anti-scrying.
proof vest.
All right. You. Yeah.
Oh.
Materia.
Just as we're walking and they're doing their casting, I'd like to. Eteria wants to kind of just look around, scope out any, like if there's any hallways we passed or doors.
Yeah.
Just to kind of.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
19.
Okay. You are led down this main hallway. And you can feel pretty quickly that it's starting to go down, which it's an abandoned mine. That kind of checks out. You do see one large door that you pass but do not go in. Wooden door with some iron bands on it. Looks kind of important, but you don't know what's behind it. After you get about 20 feet, 30 feet in, the hallway starts to wander a little bit, and you can hear voices. You can hear people talking. And after about 50 feet, you see your first person. This person is kneeling in front of this small shrine that is carved into a wall. Both of you go to make a perception check as you go by.
16.
25.
Okay. So Eteria, you're kind of on the other side of Willow, so you don't get a good look at it. You can see that, like, it's a person kneeling. They're wearing this, like, brightly colored tunic-looking thing that has very strange writing on it that you don't recognize. Willow, you can see that inside of this shrine, it's, you've seen those kind of, like, in-the-wall shrines, or, like, kind of carved in, little half circles. It's one of those. It's got a bunch of candles in it, and in the middle of it, you just peek over this person's shoulder, and you can see, I mean, just flatly, it's a very strange object. It looks to be not wood, not metal. You would describe it as maybe, like, soft looking. It's tough to tell. And it's in the shape of a very yellow duck. Very small yellow duck that sits in the middle of the shrine. That's what you see as you walk by.
But Paul, what is the function of a rubber duck? I'm sorry. It was a bad reference.
I mean, you know, right now the function is to be worshipped.
Yeah. Noted.
Yeah. And you continue on. You end up in a larger room. Looks to be like it might have been kind of a main mining area. You can see old equipment. You can see like old crates that filled with rocks and things like that. You know, your typical mine stuff. And you also see several groups of people that are gathered around tables.
Are they all short, dwarf-like the person that let us in? Or
They are not. They are various races, various heights and shapes and all that. They are all dressed very strangely. Weird attire, like shirts that have like weird writing on it that you don't recognize. Some of them wear like metal objects on their heads. One of them definitely has something like a sifter, like something to sift dirt or something that they wear as a hat. There's a lot of odd things going on here. Elwyn says, if you want to be one of us, then you have to go through our proving.
What's a proving?
The proving is you have to go down into the mine, shed everything of this world, and only find what the next world gives ye.
Well, that seems pretty clear. Sure.
I mean, it means you have to like take off your clothes and you leave your things behind and then go down and find something down there to wear.
That's no. Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure it was
what
clear.
happens to our clothes?
Oh, we burn them.
Oh, okay.
Everything of this world is tainted. It's no good. We only adorn ourselves with that of the next world.
I agree. Material possessions are.
Is this going to include my weapon?
Everything you've brought in from this world is no good.
Get in. I'm gonna look over at Willow, just kind of. So, what say you?
Well, that's what we have to do. So yeah, let's do it.
I know this isn't what actually happened, but I just imagined Atire having like this like really big struggle internally, and then looking over, and Willow's just naked.
Like I'm ready to go.
Just already tossed all of her stuff in a pile. But go on.
Is there any way I could potentially, like, sleight of hand, like, palm my pistol or something, or, I don't know, hide it in some way on my naked body somehow? I don't know. I've seen enough documentaries about prisons to say that you can at least try that.
Yes.
Yeah. Eteria is gonna do whatever she can to try to keep her pistol.
Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay.
DM, how much time has elapsed approximately?
We are nearing 10 minutes.
Thank God. Okay.
18.
Okay. All right. Willow, is there anything that you are wanting to keep with you?
A rock.
Okay. I'm going to need you to make a sleight of hand check as well.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And I will tell you that the number to beat for this perception check that he just made to meet or exceed is 18.
That was cocked. A natural 20.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
That was a very good time to get that. It was a very good time to get that.
All right. Very nice job. Very nice job, Willow. So the two of you end up without your things. And Elwyn, and as soon as they drop, there's a couple of acolytes dressed very strangely who like scoop your stuff up and carry it away. And Elwyn guides you over with his strange wooden and rubber object, kind of pushes you along. There's like this little side passage, which is very dark, and you can see drops pretty steeply. And he says, "Whatever it is the next world to give you, you find it down there."
Thank you.
Okay. So, looking very uncomfortable while hiding this pistol. All right, let's go.
Start walking down.
Willow, you are not uncomfortable at all. Like,
No, that was Reed.
yeah,
No, but it's like, yeah, cool, all right. Just starts going. No,
so
Reed is on the edge of their seat, freaking out. Because I'm nervous, Paul.
So Willow and Itirie, you head down into the dark. Do you both have dark vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was much harder otherwise, but yeah. You head down, and I will say this is very dark. So even with dark vision, you're seeing like the shapes of things. You're not getting full picture anything. But you can see that this path leads down quite steeply, and
We're not being followed, right?
You're not. No, Elwyn stays at the top. He does not go down this path.
Once, can I kind of tell when I feel like we're out of his sight?
Sure.
I'd like to cast light on the stone,
Okay.
just so we can see.
Yeah. You retrieve the stone and cast light on it. And as you're looking around, you can see that you are about 40 feet away from where the path levels off. And this path is just full of junk. Like, looks like discarded trash of very strange origins. Like, it looks much like the stuff that they were wearing and the things they were looking at, but it's just odd objects all over the floor down here. And as you take a few steps forward, Willow, your locate object spell pings brightly in your mind. That will bring us back to Boldra, Emiliana, and Amelia. 10 minutes has absolutely passed at this point.
Well, if we would have heard something, we should have heard something by now. What do you think? What do you think?
I mean, what if they're dead? What if what if they took the rock? What if they, who knows? Who knows?
This magic rock that you gave to Willow, is it one way?
It's two-way, but if I use it once, then it's done.
So ask Willow how long they need. Tell them to give us time, and if we do not see them by the time, we go in.
All right. I don't love that because then they're inoperable. They're done. But I'll do it. If you think it's best.
She's resourceful. She has strange magics. I'm sure she can signal in other ways than the stone.
All right.
Or we just hear Ginnet's gun go off and that'll be that.
Because you already pulled out the stone, we're going to skip what would otherwise be a pretty humorous moment. But I'm not going to retcon that. We're not,
I let the jokes go already. I had them, and I said, you know what? It's not.
This
that
is a
kind
classy show. This is episode 40. We're not going to get in.
I want my parents to watch this.
We're not gonna.
This one, I want them to watch.
If
We're
it
not
was
playing
episode
blue on episode
69, all bets would be off.
Episode.
Yes.
You know what? When we get to episode 69, that'll be a Patreon exclusive. Fuck fest is what that'll be. But episode
Lord.
40 is all above board.
Yeah.
That's why they pay the $5 a month. You gotta get some content.
Join our OnlyFans.
Oh, don't tempt me.
This week you get to watch a Tyrion keister a pistol.
It's already happening.
Sorry, lost in capitalist thought. All right, so you do get, as you cast light on the stone, a message rings out in your mind. It's been 10 minutes. We're about to storm in. How much longer do you need?
Do I have to respond immediately?
Let's take a quick look.
Or can I ask Ginnet her opinion?
It is pretty much the next 25 words or the next sentence that you formulate is coming across.
Okay. Door is trapped somehow. Be careful. It's here. We found it. Maybe 20 minutes? I don't know for sure. Bye!
Okay. Boldra and Amelia, you see Amelia, her jaw gets really tight. It's there. They found it, but still need 20 minutes. They say the door's trapped, so I can't wait another 20 minutes. Can you wait another 20 minutes?
I don't want to wait another 20 minutes.
I don't want to wait another 20 minutes.
Okay, we go in 10. Trust them to see if they can get it out without putting them at risk. But let's not wait till the sun goes all the way down.
Yeah, right. We're losing light. We're losing daylight. I just want to get it. You know what? Rashness has led me astray before. I can be careful for 10 minutes.
Let's split the difference and wait another 10.
Yeah, I can do that.
I hate negotiating.
I've waited this long. I can wait another 10 fucking minutes.
She's making me anxious.
And she says all this, of course, with a giant pipe wrench in her hand.
Yeah.
All right, 10 minutes. 10 minutes. 10 minutes.
10.
Oh, Jesus. Back in the darkness, which is now lit, both of you, Willow and Atirier, go ahead and make investigation checks.
Well,
Got a 6.
12 and 6. Okay.
Team brains.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not finding a lot in terms of clothing down here. The nearest you get, Atelier, is this quite large, like 6 by 6 feet, kind of translucent, kind of wavy, but like as you lift it up, it kind of hangs like a fabric, but it doesn't feel like a fabric.
Is it a shower cart?
It's almost entirely clear, and it at least looks like it could be, you know, kind of made into something that you can wrap around yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take that and kind of fashion it up around the top one shoulder and wrap around a little bit and have it just kind of open on the bottom like a, you know, like a dress toga thing.
Yeah.
You look great.
Thank you.
Willow, how much, what kind of outfit would you want to prepare? Like, what would be your ideal in trying to put together something to wear?
Something that would be protective if we get in trouble, but wouldn't restrict movement entirely, right? Like I don't want to be in a metal tube.
Okay. You find these like cloth strings that look like they can put things together, and you also find these metal, almost flat circles. And so you fashion them together. You find like 4 of them. So they're kind of able to go around in strategic places.
These hubcaps.
Oh, I couldn't get there. I was working on it. I couldn't get there.
Plates. There can't be plates. They know what plates are.
Yes, it's not pots.
I have 2 additional requests.
Okay.
Request number 1, I still want to be trying to locate where the instrument panel is.
Yeah.
And request number 2, I do want to find something like staff or club-like.
Okay.
Like, you know, another plunger, if there's one, or something like a rolling pin, right? Something of that nature.
Okay. Because of the, you know, where you were at with that first investigation check, I will say you can make another one at disadvantage.
Okay.
To look specifically for some kind of thing to carry.
That is a total of 14.
Okay. You root around for a little bit, and you find a thing that, frankly, is unwieldy, but it certainly functions for the kind of thing you were looking for. It is taller than you are. It is a thin metal kind of square shaft. And at the top is a large flat metal piece. It looks like it's been beaten up a lot, but it looks like it might have had like bright red paint on it at some point.
Got it. Cool.
It's pretty heavy, but it definitely could function as some kind of makeshift
My
stopping
strength
utility.
I got a 16 strength. I'm pretty strong.
Yeah.
Nice.
Is Atiri able to find anything to like hide her pistol in this outfit, or bunch up the fabric enough that it hides it?
Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Wow. 10.
Okay. You fashion it into a place. And hope it stays.
Okay.
So the instrument panel.
So you look around. It's not down here. It's 1,000 feet in some direction. but you are not finding it down here. You do not believe it is down here with you.
Get directionality from locate object.
You do.
Let me take a quick look. Okay. You sense that it is above you and further in.
With the layout of what we've seen, can I guess where it might be upstairs? Like maybe behind that door?
You don't think it's behind that door. You think it is somewhere else. You think it is further on, kind of beyond that large room that you came in, kind of continuing in that direction.
Okay, and then I'm assuming that the 10 minutes is up.
Which 10 minutes?
The second
Of the
10?
spell?
Oh,
You've got
Okay.
a couple minutes left. Not
Okay,
much,
okay.
but you got a couple minutes left.
I'll kind of mentally pinpoint where I think that may be.
Yeah. Okay. Are you two ready to head back up?
Yeah, I'll put my rock in my hubcap.
Okay. You two head back up, and Elwyn has been there waiting. He looks you over. He says, "Hi. You two have draped yourselves in what the new world has given you. You're ready. You're ready. Good."
I can't believe we're joining a cult.
The cult that worships rubber ducks and toasters.
All right, come with me. He leads you back across this large room. And you can see he leads you to this like far corner, and as he's doing that, you can feel that ping kind of like you're kind of heading in the right direction. Not quite getting there, but you're getting closer for sure. And you can see that there's another hallway that goes beyond. That feels like that's the direction you need to be going. But he doesn't go there. He stops at this large metal box. And he says, "We must see if the new world will have ye." And he takes a hold of a handle that's on the front and opens it up. And he says, "You must step inside and wait in the darkness. And if you're able to come back out, you will know that the new world has accepted ye."
Okay.
Sure.
Who will go first?
Oh, we don't get to go together?
It's pretty small. I mean, it's room enough with a tight squeeze for one person.
is this a refrigerator by chance?
I was going for a washing machine.
I love this game. I
so-
love this game.
Yeah, I'll go.
Okay. Go, Gadget, go!
As you kind of have to like crouch to get in and like wedge yourself into the space. As you're doing that, make a dexterity check for me.
Oh my god.
16?
Okay. That is enough for the gun to stay where it is. You get kind of wedge yourself in, and he says, "I hope to see ye on the other side," and closes the door. And Eteria, you can hear this like kunk as the door latches. Even with your dark vision, and this is an interesting thing, because you have dark vision, it is probably a very rare thing for you to be completely in the dark. This is pitch black. There is no light. It is the heat of your breath makes this space hotter and hotter. And even after just a few moments, you're pretty sure there's no air coming in here. I need you to make a Constitution check.
Okay. Is this a check or a save?
This is a check.
Okay. Ooh, 17.
Okay. As you can feel that there is no airflow inside of here, you do your best to calm down. Kind of try to meditate. Take slow breaths. And wait out however long you're going to be in here. Willow, what are you doing as Itiria is inside there?
How long until you know that she's done?
I'll hear it. The new gods will tell me.
Oh. Cool.
He nods just very slowly. Go. Yeah, you can tell that he might not be operating with like all of his faculties. Because he just continues to nod reverently as if what he said was like really important and impactful.
Oh, I'll keep nodding as well. It was really cool down there. A lot of cool stuff.
It's more than cool stuff. It's the gifts. The things we are given from the next world.
Yeah.
And this whole time, Itiria is just locked in this metal box. At one point, Alwyn, like, slowly reaches a hand out to the handle and then pulls his hand away. A full minute passes.
I think I'm getting antsy.
And he just stands there, kind of staring off into the darkness, waiting for some sign.
Can I try and, like, sneakily cast light on something to give him a sign?
Yeah, you can definitely try. Let me take a quick look here.
I would have to touch it, but I...
Light is also has a verbal component, so you could do it, but you would have to if you were trying to do it without being caught, you'd need to be pretty sneaky about it.
Would Willow know how long a person can last trapped in a box?
Go ahead and make just a straight intelligence check. Actually, go to make a medicine check.
Okay.
This is all DMing. Is like, I want to roll to see how long can someone, not me, but someone else can hold their breath, and then figuring out what the fuck you're supposed to roll for that. That's DMing, just in a nutshell.
You're welcome for making your
I love
job
it.
interesting. And sorry for ruining your dungeon by fully befriending the people we were supposed to fight. I did get an 18.
You think, as a healthy adventurer, that Etirie's probably got a few minutes before there's some serious danger.
Okay.
As long as she's keeping her cool in there.
I'll try and calm down.
Okay. Finally, like 2 solid minutes go by. And he finally reaches out and slowly unlatches the door and opens it. Do you live?
Good.
Good.
It was really dark in there.
The new gods have accepted ye. Come on out.
It's nice to be accepted.
As you're coming out, I need you to make another sleight of hand check.
Okay. Ooh. It's 24.
Okay. As you're coming out, you manage to wedge that in just a little bit better to secure it. So you're a little less worried about it now. He points back to the box and says, "'Tis your turn," to Willow.
Will lean my stop sign up against the fridge.
Like, oh, I'll take that for you if you want to give it over to me.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you.
As you hand it to me, I'll whisper. I'm like, stay calm. Stay calm.
Deep breath. Climb on in.
Okay. As you climb in, you can feel your spell fade. Your time has up. You get yourself in there. The door closes. The darkness is complete.
Can I cast light on something just so that I
Sure.
can see? Yeah, I'll do that on my breastplate, my breast hubcap.
And now the darkness is much less complete. But I do need you to make a Constitution check.
I would love to. An 8.
Okay. It is lit, which is good. It is very small and cramped and hot, and there's no air. That is less good. You're finding it a little difficult to keep totally calm, because you've seen that this person who is not entirely well is the one who is in charge of when you get out of here. With that, we will go back to Boldra, Emiliana, and Amelia. Amelia is pacing and shifting. It's like I feel like we're at 10. I feel like we're at 10.
That sounds right to me, Emiliana.
I think we might be at 10.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. She just like marches. She's just power walking Olympic champion on over to the
Willow
door.
said that the door was strapped, right? So perhaps your catapult should
Well, let's I'll give it a look. See what I can figure out with it. She heads over and pulls out this like very strange looking tool that's got it's got like a squeezy component. Like there's all kinds of weird stuff going on in this tool. It looks like it has like blades on the side of it, and like she just looks at this thing and kind of works on it at this wire, and works on it with her tool for a minute, and the wire just like falls limp. And she's like, that thing was terrible. That thing fucking sucked. These guys don't know anything.
Make a perception check to hear any traps go off inside.
Sure.
Yes. I mean, a big thing. A natural 20, so that's great.
Hey!
Yeah, we'll get the... You listen. Nothing. Nothing goes off. Nothing shifts. Emilia says, I will go with what you ask, but my question is, are we going in there kicking ass, or are we going in there all sneaky-like?
How are you at sneaking?
It's not something I do very often. I don't know. Probably not like amazing at it.
I'm all right. I say we grab the first person we find and hold them hostage and bring them in and tell them to give our friends back.
Like, do I beat this door down, or do we just like open it?
No, let's just try and open it.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah.
She backs up from the door and she's like, I'm gonna let someone else do the door. I'm gonna let someone else do the door. I'm obviously not in the right frame of mind to politely open this door.
I open the door. I just like step forward.
It is locked.
Okay. Well, we may need some smashing things then.
Do you guys have like lock picky tools?
It is not my specialty.
No.
Well, if it's not you, then it's none of us. And I would like to try to kick down the door.
Yeah. Well, how about
kick on the lock.
all three folks here go ahead and make athletics checks.
Yes.
Emiliana, what'd you get?
14.
What was that?
14.
14.
That's just an 11.
And Boldra, 11. And for Amelia, that's also an 11. Which, they're not amazing, but it's all three.
Yeah.
So Amelia steps up and smashes the door handle with her wrench. And the two of you kick in the door, and it just goes flying off of its hinges, smashing into the wall behind it. Amelia says, "That was great. That was awesome. I'm really."
You feel better?
I feel good about that. I feel really good about that. Let's.
It does feels really good,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
no, I like that a lot. Let's go do that to like a person, and she heads in. And with that, we will go ahead and go to our break. Now, on the other side of the break, we're going to be giving away a set of dice from my workshop. I'm going to show the dice again here on the screen. These are really lovely, and I'm so excited for one of our viewers to have them on this, our 40th episode. So all you have to do to get them is sound off in the chat to say, yes, I am here. And if you are here in the chat, let us know. And on the other side of the break, one of the people in the chat will win the dice. It's super simple. So thank you for joining us for our 40th episode. We'll be back right after this break. All right, we are back. Hello, everyone. Hope you had a nice break. Let's go ahead and give away some dice. Putting the many, many names into a randomizer, we've come up with a winner, which is username Miss Alicia Selena. Thank you so much for watching and for being a part of this episode. You have won this set of dice. I'm going to include some instructions here in the chat. And thank you so much. It's so awesome to be able to celebrate with you. Now let's get back to some hubcap shenanigans. If there was an alternate title for this episode, it might be that.
Yeah.
Willow, I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw. It has now been you're not even sure how long.
That's a 9.
It feels like 5 minutes. There's a small part of your brain that just can't imagine that it's actually 5 minutes. But that's what it feels like. And you can feel yourself using more air than you need. And you can feel that happening and are having a lot of difficulty stopping it. You don't know if you're feeling dizzy just because you're hyperventilating or because there's not enough air in here. But I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. What a lame way to die. What a lame first character death.
We're going to have this like really light and kind of whimsical mission and end with somebody dying in a fucking fridge. That would be really...
I was telling y'all at the break, this is like one of my childhood fears.
I got a 6.
Okay. You are struggling to catch your breath, and you can see like spots in your vision.
I'm gonna start banging on the door.
Okay. Before you fall unconscious, you start to bang on the door. Eterie, about 3 minutes pass, and you see twice he reaches for the handle and stops and pulls back. And you can hear this like soft thumping, like 4 soft thumps from inside the box.
Excuse me. What did you said? You're waiting for a feeling, a sign. What does that feel like to you?
Go to make a persuasion check.
It's 3.
There are questions that you are not qualified to ask.
Oh, that sounds about right. Yeah, fair. Okay.
Boldra, Emiliana, you have busted through this front door, and in this entryway you see no one.
But we have made a louder noise.
Are we sneaking or busting? Are we just busting heads? We going?
You said you're not for sneaking, so busting it is.
She goes into a light jog, wrench in hand.
Swords out.
Boldra will arm her longbow.
You are hurrying down this hallway, and you can see up ahead there's someone kneeling next to a wall. They're kind of lit by candlelight. And Emiliana, without even breaking stride, or Amelia, without even breaking stride, it just swings her wrench right into this guy's head.
Whoa! We could leverage.
And
leverage.
just continues jogging.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Half a second. Is this guy headless or is this guy unconscious?
He is currently unconscious. You hear this
Okay.
like horrible thunk as he just slumps forward into the little wall shrine. I'm just gonna make a quick luck roll. How much do you stop to check on him?
Very much.
Not very much. Okay.
I mean, Boldra's instinct is to like shoulder her shit and grab this person by the scruff of their neck
Okay.
and drag them along with a hand axe in the other hand.
Got it.
Oh shit.
Go ahead and make for me an athletics check. And I will fully admit that I just wanted that moment to feel like that part in Monty Python when Lancelot just comes in and kills the guy.
Yes, very much. Da-da-da-da. Yeah. That's an 11 on that.
Okay. You're trying not to break stride and just like scoop them up. They're a good deal heavier than you thought they were. So you're just kind of like dragging him as this like limp body behind you.
That's not worth it.
Okay. He lands with a very sad thump.
Well, at least you're not face down on a candle anymore.
This is true. That was definitely going to happen.
You're welcome, I guess.
So the two of you with Amelia end up in this large room. Eteria, go ahead and make a perception check.
22.
Okay. You see he's starting to go for the handle again, and then you hear voices coming from the entrance to this large room, and you can see your party members running in.
All right. I'm gonna take out my pistol and just put it right against the dude's forehead, or the side of his head, and pull the trigger.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That's 24 to hit.
Okay, that'll hit. Go ahead and roll your damage for that.
Yeah, he is wearing a football helmet, so it's
he had a shot. He had a decent chance at it. His AC was not terrible.
It's 6 piercing damage. Is Willow technically within 5 feet of this guy?
I'm not conscious. I don't think that counts.
I will say that he was not expecting this,
Okay.
so that you can add sneak attack damage to that.
Yes. Damn it. All right, that's an 8 total then.
Okay. Yeah. You
Knows off his face.
you draw your pistol, and fire it, and it goes like it's by far the loudest thing in the room. And part of the football helmet like explodes off of his head, and he staggers back, and you can see he's bleeding pretty profusely from the side of his head. Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
It's the signal.
The signal is I shoot a guy in the head. Just wait for me to shoot a guy in the head, and that's how you'll know. Okay, there's not enough of us to worry to go too far. Willow, what'd you get?
A 6.
6. Emiliana?
20, not net.
Boldra?
17.
And Eterie?
Along with my trash bandit friend, I got a 6.
Trash bandits.
Fridge buddies.
I'm going to put you in the initiative above Willow here.
Yeah, my dex is +0.
And you're in a fridge.
I'm also in a fridge. Hey, guys, did you know that I'm in a fridge? Totally forgot.
Older doesn't know.
Okay.
Emiliana doesn't know.
Yeah, where do they think she
Amelia
is?
doesn't know. Willow's dead.
I mean, maybe.
Emiliana, you are up first. So as you walk in, this room... go ahead and make a perception check for me. We'll see how much you see right off the bat.
Oh, not very much. That is an 8.
Okay. You hear the gunshot go off. You don't necessarily see where it comes from. Like, it comes off like as you're walking through, so you just don't track exactly where it's happening from. You see that there are people in strange clothing just all around.
Do I see anyone with weapons who's like getting up to attack us?
Your initiative was so fast, like you're so ready that you are ready before anybody else. Like you are on the lookout, and a lot of people have like strange objects, but what you're looking at is so confusing that you really don't know what to make of it.
Dope. They're at. I'm imagining them in like my middle school cafeteria. Are they at tables?
So they are. They're kind of in small groups. A couple of them are at wooden tables. One of the groups is around like a very strange shaped metal object that's like sitting on like a wooden stand. So basically small tables, but not modern ones, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Not obviously, I guess. Who knows in this mission?
Yeah, with these people.
Yeah.
Then Emiliana is gonna kind of give her 2 rapiers, like a small spin at her side, and run and jump up on the table and hold her swords down at these people and yell, "We don't want to hurt you, just give us what we want."
Go ahead and make an intimidation check. I like that you didn't say what you wanted, just like that you want a thing.
18.
Okay. The
Efficiency in that one.
The 3 people at this table look absolutely freaked the fuck out.
And then I would like to ready the attack action if anyone attacks me.
Okay.
Or one of my party members within my range.
Sounds good. It is Amelia's turn. And I'm going to have her roll a perception check. Not great. So she does not see where the shot comes from. But she's not in much of a mood to be especially patient.
Really?
Yeah. As you know, you know how it goes. So she is going to cast Catapult and target one of the tables that the people are around.
Oh, what?
So she picks up a rock on the ground and just
Who's picking up a table? It's like, how high of a level is she casting the spell at?
She picks up a table and launches it 90 feet. No, she picks up like a stone, like a good size, like cantaloupe-sized stone, and like just kind of it lifts up in her palm, and then just rockets across the room, smashing into one of these tables. I'm gonna have everybody around that table make a dexterity save. Jesus Christ. Okay. 3 of them rolled really well, including a nat 20, and then the 4th one rolled a nat 1. So 3 of them are able to get out of the way of this now kind of exploding table, and the 4th one takes the whole thing directly in the face.
Oh.
The rock, the table, every bit of it, like at one point, and just buried instantly.
Oof, yeah.
And she yells, "Where's my instrument panel, you dumb sons of bitches?" And that's her turn.
Return.
Emiliana is in love.
Boldra, you are up.
Can Boulder also make a perception check?
Yes.
That is a 13.
Okay. You could hear that, like, the approximate area of the room that it came from, which is about 50 feet away.
Okay.
You didn't see it, but you could kind of hear that it's further away in the room.
All right. She's going to use her full movement to get 25 feet into this room and look in that direction of where the shot came from and yell, "Who's in charge here?"
Okay, go ahead and go to make a persuasion check.
4.
Okay. You just kind of yell it into the general chaos that's happening around.
Never been a persuasive person, particularly.
It is now Elwyn's turn.
Don't like that.
Elwyn is like staggering back. Half of his helmet has been blown to pieces. And he says, "Deceiver, you betrayer of the new gods." And he is... Let's see, what can he do?
Hey, this worked pretty well.
It was gonna work. It could have worked.
He is going to cast Hold Person.
Ooh. Never mind.
So, Eterie, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Alright.
Elwyn holds up this wood and rubber object high above his head and calls to his new gods.
17.
Okay. You can feel this, like, magical energy start to, like, freeze your muscles up, but your strength of will resists it, and you break free of it. And that is Elwyn's turn. Eterie, you are up.
Alright. So, am I close enough to the refrigerator to open that up? And is that an item interaction, or would that be my action?
I would say that would be your bonus action to do that.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna pop that refrigerator door open.
Okay.
Or that metal box door, excuse me.
Duh.
And do I
yeah.
see, is Willow conscious?
You open the refrigerator door, and Willow's body slumps onto the ground.
Okay. In that case, I take my action to cast Cure Wounds onto Willow.
Okay.
It's gonna be 6.
Did I take any damage?
You were dropped to 0.
Rock on.
Yeah.
You now have 6 hit points,
Thank you.
and that's my turn really. I mean, is old Helmet Head? Is he still right there? Did he get like?
He's only a couple steps away. He's not very far away at all.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll.
You just
as
haven't.
best I can, I guess. Try to draw his attention back over to me. Just kind of like drawing out my pistol and aiming at him, so he perceives me as a threat, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you are both like within melee with him.
Okay.
Who wants another?
Yeah, Willow, there was going to be like this whole bunch of information that you got when it came to your turn, but now you're awake and somewhat okay.
Yeah,
and-
at 1/6 of my max, but
Yeah.
I'm fine. It's fine.
It's better than dying in a fridge.
So much better than dying in a fridge.
And Willow, you are up. Your last memory is kind of like trying to get help through the door, and as you wake up, go ahead and make a perception check.
21.
Okay. You snap to awareness, and you can see above you is Eterie, with a gun and this translucent clothing that's providing no armor whatsoever. And you can also see that Elwyn is very bloodied and looks angry. You are prone, but you do have your turn to take.
Okay, I'm going to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
Gonna bonus action cast Shield of Faith on Ginnet. So this kind of like green. I'm gonna say that the shower curtain gets a green tint.
Does it get like a leaf pattern across it?
Yeah, like a nice. Yeah. So you have a +2 to AC until I drop concentration. And I'm just gonna crawl away.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you get half of your full movement away. Take no attacks of opportunity. And I assume you get to your feet?
Once I'm away, yeah. Just trying to catch my breath.
Yeah, you are up. You are back to being in this. Let's see here. So the table of people that is around Emiliana, they book it. They start running just like in directions. They're not even sure what directions, just directions. The others do stay, and it looks like they're starting to ready themselves to defend themselves. They're not like attacking at this moment, but they're, grabbing their various implements. Emiliana, it is your turn. You can now see, with enough has happened in that other part of the room, that you can see what's going on over there.
Yeah, how far away are they from me?
You went in. They are 45 feet from you.
45 feet from me. And you said there was another table of people who are like getting ready to.
Yeah, you see people grabbing various objects.
Can you give me directionality and distance?
They're about halfway in between you and the fridge.
Okay, perfect.
They're kind of vaguely on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna cowards, the lot of you. And I jump. I went Scottish there for a second. And I jump off this table and saunter over to my new group of friends, and somebody who's grabbing for a weapon. I would like to make an attack, and if it hits, it'll be a disarming attack.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check as you walk up.
Ooh, 19.
None
Bro.
of these things are things that you would consider weapons. None of them. I mean, you know, is a villager who picks up a stick a threat to you? You know, or like someone with a rake or something. Like, there's nothing more dangerous than that happening at this table. There are people, like, you know, who are ready to defend themselves,
Yeah.
but none of what they are holding looks like it's going to hurt you.
Yeah, then I'm just gonna, like... Big long swords crossed on one of their wrists, and just... I would not do that if I were you.
Yeah, this guy is terrified. Completely. He's holding, like, this long, brightly colored, like, tube. And he just looks completely unprepared for this.
My turn.
All right. It is...
I'm a little confused.
Not everybody's ready to fight.
Yeah!
It's not all werewolves, you know?
Yeah, but, like, they hired the Adventurers Guild. Amelia talked this group up. I'm waiting for the Terminator to come around a corner.
It is Amelia's turn. She sees the commotion going on over there with the leader and all that, and she's gonna go ahead and send a catapult his way. So she's just walking over. She doesn't have enough speed for it, so she picks up another rock, lifts it up, and just zips in his direction. So he's still have that spell up, and he's make a dexterity save. Fails, so that is 3d8.
Ooh,
Catapult is a great spell when it
Catapult
hits.
is a monster.
Yeah.
You get a nice line, so if the first person dodges, it hits the second person.
Mm-hmm.
That's yeah.
So he takes 14 points of bludgeoning damage as this rock just like careens directly into his face and just smashes the rest of his helmet off of his head. And as it happens, he just staggers backwards and collapses in a heap. He's dead. He's very dead. Boldra, it is your turn.
All right. Boldra is going to reach for the first person, like the first acolyte she can see, and grab him by the scruff of the neck and say, "Where do you keep the really nice stuff?"
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
What? That's dumb. 15.
Okay.
I've got a -1 to intimidation.
He shakes his head and he says, I'm new here. They probably keep it in the back.
The back! Perfect! Let's go! And she's gonna punch him in the face because he hasn't been useful enough.
Okay, go ahead and just make a damage roll.
Okay.
Can't dodge that.
I didn't say I put my hand axe away, so that's just a d6, which is a full, so that's a 10 bludgeoning damage. Max damage on that. Did I just, oh god.
Yeah, he's
His
dead.
neck just snapped.
You grab him and just like smash him in the face, and there's like, you can hear like, it's like you crushed a carton of eggs in your hands, is the sound that happens from his face.
Oh,
The rest of you better have better
He
answers!
just slumps onto the floor.
bees.
And I can't look around for Willow at this point. I'm probably done.
You see Willow there. Willow has
Okay,
stood
I'm
up.
gonna move-
Willow is
I'm gonna
wearing
move toward Willow.
like a strange circular bikini type deal.
Well,
Breathing really heavily.
I've got 25 movement. Does that get me to Willow?
Oh yeah, you can reach Willow at this point.
Okay, great. I can't. I'm done.
Okay.
I can't ask her any more things in 6 seconds.
No, that's about it.
Yeah.
Asking a guy, getting a response, and then killing him is kind of the whole turn.
There we go. That's what she does. I guess.
Eteria, you are up.
All right. Do I see any perceivable threats from the cultists?
No. At this point, people are like running. They look like they're going to run to the exits.
Okay. And after we disrobed, did we see which direction they took our belongings?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Oh, I didn't see which way they went.
What'd you roll?
It's a 7.
Oh.
Yeah. You honestly don't know at this point.
All right. I'll turn to Willow. Did you see where they took our clothes?
But
Willow, you can go ahead and make a perception check if you like.
30-20.
You kind of saw the direction they were going, so like when you get a minute, you could at least have an idea.
Yeah. I know where the panel is.
But our stuff. I just point. And I take off in the direction that Willow points.
Can
Okay.
you get my stuff too?
Thumbs up as I'm running away.
I imagine it's very uncomfortable to run in what you're wearing, Eteria. I imagine
try it sometime.
it gets very
Might be
humid.
surprised.
I won't be surprised.
Oh,
No.
moisture.
Yeah, it's more like a sauna in there. Willow, it is your turn.
Hi, Boldra.
Hello. I'm so
Hi.
glad you're okay.
Yeah, I know what direction the panel's in. If we just want to head that way.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll start walking there. I'm not gonna fight.
I'm right behind you.
Emiliana, you see the two of them start to leave. What do you do in this moment?
I turn to Amelia
Mm-hmm.
and I say, "You made me think we had a fight on our hands," and I follow them.
That knocks us out of initiative. And Amelia says, I didn't know I had been in this damn place. I just, they took my stuff. And she follows as well. People are screaming. They are running in different directions. It is pandemonium for this commune.
What they get for believing in the higher power.
Oof.
Well, we just lost our sponsorship with the Church of Latter-day Saints. That's great. Thank you for that. Episode 40.
Okay, the Church of the Wood is like. Talk to Willow about it.
This is all Emiliana. This is not Alice.
Eteria, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Ooh, 22.
Yeah, you're able to see a box full of your stuff, which is right next to a large fire. It looks like they just hadn't quite gotten around to burning it yet.
Okay. I'm gonna take this thing off, and I imagine it just kind of peels off me, just sticky.
Oh,
There's like a schlick sound.
Yeah. Kind of like when you pull, I don't know, something out of a package, and it's like that kind of thing.
What, like a cranberry sauce out of a can?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
cranberry sauce
hate
pineapple.
this whole conversation.
I love cranberry sauce.
And then put on my gear and grab Willow's as well.
Okay. The rest of you head down this hallway, and you reach this smaller room. And inside this room, there are pedestals, kind of fashioned pedestals, like about half dozen around the room. And on each of them is a strange object. This whole thing is full of strange objects. These look shinier, maybe newer and better shape, more complicated. Even if you don't know, even not knowing what they do, it's obvious that these are more complex. And Amelia immediately runs across the room to grab one of them off of a pedestal. And she lifts it up and she says, "Ah!" And she hugs it. Just gives it a big hug.
That's it then, yeah?
That's it. She's crying a little bit. It's like, that's it. That's the last piece.
It's never this easy.
Is Tyria able to find her way back to where everyone's gone?
Yeah, you walk by the screaming, crazed people and make your way back to rejoin the group a couple minutes later.
Okay. When I get there, I'm gonna pass Willow their stuff. Didn't burn it yet. There you go. Get out of your middle bikini.
Kind of like it.
It's fair. It's fair. Looks good on you.
Thank you.
I kill a big slug thing, and I don't know why.
Amelia is composing herself, and she says, this feels really dumb, but I've had dreams of getting this back for years. It's the last piece.
While you're here,
Get
is there
out of
anything
here.
else you want?
No, I just want this. That's all I care about.
Is there anything here that would be useful for any of us?
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Oh, I'm asking her. I don't.
You can kind of poke around the room at least, if you wish.
11.
11. 9 for Boldra. Tyria.
17.
17. And an 8 for Willow. What you're looking at for most of you is so foreign, otherworldly, that it's kind of intimidating even to think about poking around it. But Tyria, you do poke around, and none of these objects look like they're of any use to you. But you do find in a hidden corner a box with 35 gold in it.
Oh, all right.
Just a little stash.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. These people weren't bad people.
Yeah, I like punching and everything, but that felt like a bit of, I hate that I'm saying this, overkill.
They were just confused.
They stole my stuff.
Did you get the Did you guys think they were stealing anything while you were here, Willow? Get it?
They talked about things just being given to them by their god.
Well, listen. I mean, it's. Did they seem like real trustworthy? You didn't have any of your clothes or your things.
It didn't seem malicious.
It's just part of their way.
Listen, I'm not suggesting we like go and hunt him down or anything. I'm just
No, I just, I understand that this is something that you wanted and something that you were very passionate about, but, I just hope that you can learn from this that sometimes people aren't always bad.
go to make a persuasion check.
Oh.
She frowns a little bit, like she's kind of taking that in, and says, well, I guess we should get out of here.
Can I put on my clothes first?
Do you keep the hubcaps or do you leave them behind?
I think I take them with me.
You all make your way back out of the mine. Any other business that you would have in here?
I mean,
Apologizing when we come across people.
there's nothing that could firearm-ish related anywhere.
Go ahead and make an intelligence check with proficiency, Atirier.
Does Boldra see anything that might be made out of stone in here?
I mean, nothing but the stones themselves, just like the rocks on the ground and things.
That's gonna be a 21.
Now that you're kind of like getting a second look, everything in here looks like trash. It all looks, besides the stuff that was on the pedestals, everything else looks like something someone threw away.
Gotcha.
Messy junkyard.
Dimensional junkyard.
So you make your way back out of the mine, and start heading back. It's only been about 40 minutes. Time is weird in D&D. As you head out, you do see that a few of the people have kind of wandered off nearby, away from the entrance. They look at you kind of fairly cautiously as you go by.
I would like to make note that I do take my shower curtain toga with me.
Okay.
Can I see that? I know you really like that print.
Mm.
Do you think we can leave it?
No.
Can I
Well-
pay you for it?
You could persuade me to do it?
Could I pay you for it?
Amelia says, I got here. She reaches into her pack and pulls out this fairly sizable burlap sack, like something that's handheld size. And as she pulls it out, you can even hear there's a jingling inside. And she calls out to the couple that are there, and she says, I won't need these anymore. I hope they help. And she tosses it their way. And as it hits, you can see some coins spill out.
Now that's a trade.
I mean, well, they can have the postcard. I'll take the coins.
Maybe they
Thank
can.
you.
Maybe they can
Thank
buy
you,
a bunch of
Amelia.
junk with it. She sullenly stalks off.
Hey, maybe some of this could be used by the artist fella. You know, he doesn't really seem like a found sculpture kind of guy, but
Could be.
I don't know.
He's got time
Maybe
to learn.
Yeah, and then the next
So
couple
much.
centuries, he could be finding a new art path.
100 years from now, he'll venture down here and check it out.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to.
Is that how long it'll take him to walk that far? Is that?
Well, he'll consider it and then walk down for like 50 years,
Yeah.
something like that.
The rest of the day walking back is a little subdued, reflective. You make camp that night, and Amelia says, things are a lot different in this world than in the one I came from. I have seen things here that I could have never even dreamed of in my world. There is a level of brutality here that is much more rare where I come from. And maybe I let that get to me too much. Thank you for helping me get this back.
Your world. Why do you want to go back so badly?
Well, I mean, I've got a husband who hasn't seen me for 20 years. I had friends. I had... Almost everyone knew my name there. Once upon a time.
In your village?
In the whole world. Everywhere I went, they knew who I was. They just knew my face. Everybody knew.
Is that really so important?
No. No, it's not that, because really, it's been 20 years. I can't imagine any of them know at this point, but my husband's probably moved on. My friends have... Who knows if they're still around. But the reason that I need to get back is to finish what I started. I never finished my flight.
Where were you flying?
Everywhere. Around the whole globe. And I almost made it. I almost made it. I was so close. I don't want to die having not made it. I can't. I gotta get back in the air. I gotta finish what I started.
How did you get here? I know you flew, but how is it that you and your garbage came to be here?
I wish I knew completely. I was flying. There was real bad cloud cover. It was dark. It was too dark, and we were off course. And then we were somewhere totally different. I saw the headings where we were before we crashed. And I can get back to that spot. And if I can get back to it, maybe I can get back through it. Back to where I came from. I won't have a navigator this time, but I feel like I'm more prepared.
You had a navigator. Where are they now?
He didn't survive the crash. I barely survived the crash.
Do you need a new navigator?
No, I don't think so. I've learned a lot in the last 20 years. I can make it back this time.
If you've got more things like this in your world, I wouldn't mind taking a look.
Something I learned is that you can get used to being in a whole new place. But you may never really feel like you're supposed to be there. The people have been very good to me here. But I can't call this place my home. And I have a feeling you'd feel the same coming back.
All I have to say is, well, first a question. Did you and your husband choose each other?
Absolutely.
Then finish your journey and get back to your love as soon as you can. Not all of us are so lucky, whether we end our journeys or no.
I wouldn't blame him if he'd moved on. But I just gotta finish it.
Say that you doubt that people back in your world still remember you.
Oh, it's been 20 years, yeah.
I think you'd be surprised the type of impact you can have on people without really knowing.
No, I don't know. I mean, who's going to remember someone who almost did a thing?
We will.
That's
when
very
you finish
kind.
it won't be almost.
That's true.
And even if it is almost, what are stories written about? But great feats.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Who gets all your things when you leave?
Jalola.
Slow your roll there.
Sorry.
Will you have dinner with us at the inn before you go?
I'm going to be pretty anxious. But we can share dinner here for one more night. And you do share a meal. And a few drinks. And it's reflective and a little subdued, but it's really nice. The next morning, Amelia is up very early, gathering her things. And it's not too long, only a couple hours before you reach her house. She says, you can stay and watch if you like.
I wouldn't miss it.
She climbs up.
One question.
Mm-hmm.
You fly above the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a dragon?
No, and I hope I never do.
Have you seen the man who claims to be God?
I think if such a thing exists, it's a little higher than what I can fly.
Fly safely.
She climbs up, sits down, and she's holding the instrument panel and sets it in. And you can see her place her hands on it. I'm pretty sure the magic's not going to follow me. I think I would have missed that. You all want to stand a little clear. You hear switches start to flick, and this roar of two engines as the propellers on the end start to spin very, very quickly.
Don't touch.
It is hellishly loud.
Mm-hmm.
And
Don't touch!
She pops up in view one more time. She's got her goggles down and a leather cap pulled down tight. And she gives you a little wave. Sits back down, and you see the craft start to move forward a little bit, kind of around the trees and into an open patch of space. And then the engines really roar, and the propellers spin even faster, and the craft starts to move. And just when you think it's going to be too late and she's going to run into the tree line again, it suddenly starts to rise into the air and over the trees.
As I see this happening, can I pull out the sending stone and give her one last message as she leaves?
You could try.
Okay. I'm gonna pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
We'll miss you. Fly safe. And tell your husband we say hi.
You get a message back that says, "That's really cheesy, but thanks." And the craft comes up pretty sharply and starts to turn and turns back, flying almost over the top of you. And then back further into the air. And after a few passes, the craft disappears into the clouds. All of you go ahead and make a perception check. Who's got a 15 or above? Okay. Willow, what do you have?
25.
Eterie.
Dirty 20.
And Emiliana.
19 plus 0.
Okay. You all can hear the sound of the engines start to fade a little bit. It's a little windy this morning, so it's kind of tough to hear. Willow, you hear the engines going, and then suddenly the sound is gone. Not fading, just like a switch. And you have a feeling that she has exited wherever she came in through. And it is very quiet again.
Well, she sure knew how to pack a punch.
I was almost starting to think that she was full of it.
Hey, was she supposed to pay us?
No, we get paid back at the
Okay.
back at the
Oh.
Adventurers Guild.
Don't scare me like
Sure.
that.
Did you find some gold back in there?
Oh, I just found this crate and it looked nice. I want to take it with me.
Over the next few days, you make your way back
The
to
adventurers.
Car. And
Emiliana braids flowers into her hair.
I'm gonna cry.
you turn in your reports. You are paid. And Emiliana, as...
Oh, sorry.
Mhm.
Keep going.
No, this will be the end, so if you have a question, now's the time.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure and stop by the fancy
Yes,
smith and
you do
grab
collect.
that
You
thing.
do collect your commissioned,
Oh.
knuckles, and we'll go over the stats of those later.
Thank you.
So you give your reports. You are paid, and Emiliana, as you are heading back to your room upstairs, your shared room, you hear a strange sound. You see that one of the rooms has a very tired looking dwarven female who's saying, no, please, calm down. Calm down. And you hear the laughter of children. And as you kind of pass by, you see a small child in a bright red cloak. And that is where we're going to end this mission. So, I would like to thank all of you players. You did a wonderful job. Very nice.
Oh, thank you, players.
Oh God!
Fun.
And I want to thank
really
everyone
good.
watching.
Oh.
You are celebrating with us here on our 40th episode. This is actually going to be the end of our first season. We're going to take a few weeks off. We're going to make some other content. There'll be other stuff on this channel, but we're going to take a few weeks off. We'll be back with the guild at the beginning of March. But 40 episodes, first season wrapped up in what I think is a pretty good fashion. So thank you, players.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Paul.
Thank you,
players.
Paul.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and talk to the folks at home. So, if you like what you saw, 40 episodes in our first season, if you like all that and you just need like a little bit more, or like you're like, oh man, I love that, I'd love to support, well, we got a Patreon, and that's a great place to do it. It's $5 a month to start, and that's going to get you behind the scenes stuff, an exclusive podcast. There's even a bonus full episode that's sitting there waiting for you to watch it. So check that out. The link is in the description of this video. We're going to be back in just a few weeks with a brand new season, new adventures, new stories, and we hope to see you there. Thanks so much, and we'll see you on the next episode of the Adventurers Guild.